Hi guys, I hope you've had a really nice Easter and enjoyed the nice weather. We are back today with lesson 5, and today we're looking at the warm-up and why the warm-up's important and the different sections of the warm-up. Obviously we will go on to do our body weight workouts, our fitness part, and we'll also go on to look at a skill before teacher challenge, and then you will complete your worksheet. So the warm-up, why do we warm up? Well, first point is we physically prepare for activity. So we get our muscles nice and warm. So there's going to be an increased amount of oxygen going around to the working muscles, and it just means that those muscles are able to work a bit better. It mentally prepares us, so it gets us in the zone for whatever sport it is we're doing. We also have an increased flexibility. So by doing our mobilisation exercises, we become more flexible, and then that will make our performance a lot better. Also, literally, we are warming up our muscles, okay? They are getting warmer through that activity, and it's making them more flexible. So our muscles, our tendons, our ligaments are less likely to get injured if we do a really good warm-up, because we're physically warming those muscles up and allowing them to stretch a little bit more. If we were suddenly to go into an exercise without warm-up, then we're increasing the chances that we are going to get injured. So, warming up. What do I need to know? What do I need to do? There are 3 phases to a warm-up, and I need to make sure that I do each phase properly if I'm going to be prepared for the activity that I'm going to do. So we're going to use the example of hockey today. So let's imagine that you guys have just rocked up for a lesson and you are going to play a hockey match. What are the 3 things that you need to do before that hockey match in order to get you prepared? Right, well, the first phase is raising your heart rate. So getting your heart beating faster, and the whole point of that is we want your heart to be pumping blood around your body a lot quicker. The point of that is your working muscles, so all of your muscles that you're going to be using need oxygen. The blood pumps that oxygen. As you're doing your heart rate increasing activities, what's going to happen naturally, you'll start breathing a lot deeper. That means you're getting more oxygen to those working muscles. So how do we do it? Very simply, you've done it a million times at school, you've done it with me through these home activities. Go for a jog around your garden, do it for 2 minutes, start jogging, work up, so then you're running, gradually increasing your heart rate and getting that all important oxygen to your working muscles. What else could we do? So I'm stuck indoors today because it's not very nice outside. So what I could do is I could do some stuff on the spot. So jogging on the spot, I could do some jumping jacks, I could gradually increase the intensity of what I'm doing so that I'm getting ready for activity. Second phase of the warm-up is the stretching and mobilisation section. So what this is doing is really waking my muscles up. It's getting me to work at my full range of motion so that when I actually do the activity, I'm less likely to get injured. So I'll give you a few examples. So we can do our static stretches that we tend to do at school every lesson. So what I would tend to do is start at the top, work my way down, stretching all the major muscle groups. So it's just literally, as it says, static stretches on the spot. So stretching out my shoulders here, okay, and then down the side. And I'd work all the way down, stretching all the major muscle groups. What I also want to do though is I want to work on my mobility. Sorry, excuse me. So for example, for my shoulders, what I want to do is get my shoulders working at full mobility here. So these are what we call more dynamic exercises. And I'm getting my shoulder joint there ready. So if I was doing a dodgeball or something, for example, I'm getting that full range of motion there, which is going to, one, stop me getting hurt, and two, is going to make my technique easier, okay, because I'm getting a full range of motion at that joint. The other thing we can do is more dynamic stretches, for example, the opening the gate. All right, this is getting my hip opening, my hip joint mobile and ready for activity. If I was doing more athletic type activities, I might want to just do some slow marches, focusing on bringing my knee up nice and high. All these activities are going to increase mobility at my joints, and I'd love to hear some of your personal ones. Okay, so I said we're going to warm up for a hockey match. So, third phase, what I would do now is I'd get the stick and ball out and I'd start to dribble around. Okay, I would dribble around, and on a whistle, I would pass the ball to someone else and retrieve their ball. I keep dribbling. The point of this, it gets me focused on the activity in hand. I don't want my first touch of the hockey ball to be in the actual game. So what I need to do is I need to make sure my third phase of the warm-up is emulating that game. So I'd do some dribbling, I'd up the pace of that dribbling. Because in the game, I'm not going to be dribbling the ball slowly, I'm going to be moving at pace. The next thing I do was add in a little bit more passing. So all the activities in the third phase of the warm-up are going to directly link to whatever sport it is I'm going to do. Hope all that makes sense. Section 3, so we're on to our fitness section, guys. All the equipment you will need is a ball, and potentially if you've got a mat, that would be great. If you haven't, then just find somewhere in your house where you've got a nice bit of squidgy carpet that you can use. So you are going to be doing activities for 45 seconds. There's 3 activities today, and what you're going to do is you do each one, then have a short break, and then you're going to repeat it and try and beat your score. Then what you can do is you can increase the time you're doing the activities for. If you want to challenge yourself, you could also change the activities and just mess around with the order that you do things in. It's up to you to challenge yourselves as much as you can. So I wouldn't expect you to just do the activity twice. Do it as many times as you feel you can. So the first activity is ball throw. So literally, with a softball, find a wall somewhere and you've just got 45 seconds and you're just doing as many ball throw and catch as you can in that time. Next activity is mountain climbers. So we've done this one before. So what we're doing is we're going to go down onto the floor and we're going to go in a plank type position, and the idea is you're just alternating the feet, moving in towards your hands. So I'll just quickly show you here. So I'm down on the floor and I'm bringing my foot up towards my hands and then switching. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I keep going for 45 seconds. The last activity, and this is where you might need a mat, this is your sit-up. So, where's my mat? So, for my sit-up, I want my knees bent, okay, and I'm coming all the way up. So from here, I'm not pulling on my neck, I don't want to do that. So, hands by I'm coming all the way up and all the way down. That's 1. All the way up and all the way down. That's 2. And I'm doing as many of them as I can in 45 seconds. Make a note of my score after each activity, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to try and beat it, try and increase it. Right, mountain climbers. I'm just going to show you that again from the side because I realised looking back at the video you couldn't see it very well. So mountain climbers, just for a sideways view, I think I've explained it pretty well, but I didn't show you very well. Plank type position on the floor. We're going down plank type position, and then we're just alternating the legs. And we're trying to almost bring our knee to our elbow.